So here are the 5 main reasons that I think Bitcoin is going to crash this year. A quick disclaimer though, I'm bullish on most crypto. That being said, as a profitable investor, even if you're bullish long term, it's important to identify the short term trends in the market so that when you go to do things like buy the dip, you can have an idea of when the dip will actually stop dipping so you can invest most of your funds at the right time. So number 1, investor disappointment. Social sentiment, or the feeling or attitude people have regarding a service or product, is very important when it comes to the short-term value of something. Unfortunately, the price of Bitcoin and other crypto projects is consistently below retail investor expectations. Even the most proficient Bitcoin investors called for Bitcoin to be at 100 to 200K by now, and we're only at 1/10 of that price. And on top of that, we're in a 9-week-long downtrend. This extreme negative performance here is causing many investors to feel a sense of disappointment and overall feel bearish. Now, when people feel bearish, even if they don't sell, they'll usually stop buying, and that's never good. Reason number 2, Bitcoin is showing strong signs of weakness at key support levels. Now, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is all the way in the red, showing that we're at peak fear. Now, generally, this could suggest something like the asset is oversold and that a reversal could be coming soon. So, buy the dip. But again, Bitcoin has been selling off significantly for 9 weeks in a row. We're sitting at a crucial level of support and we're not bouncing. That's generally not a good sign. If no one is interested in buying at support, then that support level becomes weak. No one's supporting it, and it typically will fail. When it fails, the price usually drops quickly towards whatever the next level of support is, and that's where the crash comes in. Number 3, cryptocurrency scams are running rampant. When it comes to the adoption of any new service or technology, one of the most important things needed to reel people in is trust. If someone's going to take a chance on something new, especially if it involves their hard-earned money, they want to be able to trust it and know that their financial investment is safe. All investors want to be confident that their money won't just be unfairly taken from them via something like a rug pull or some other malicious attack like what just happened with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, or even something like what happened with Luna Classic. These seemingly non-stop crypto scams may lead us to more talks of regulation from the government and the SEC, which most decentralization diehards don't like. And because of that, these talks could create even more bearish selling pressure, just like it did in 2021. Number 4, the ineffectiveness of positive catalysts. Despite tons of positive catalysts like endorsements from various companies and even celebrities, more and more businesses accepting Bitcoin as payment, and Bitcoin ATMs being scattered all across the United States and other areas, and even entire countries deciding to make Bitcoin legal tender, Bitcoin's price still remains low and bearish. El Salvador, one of the first countries to make Bitcoin legal tender, has continued to try and remain positive despite the decline in price and keep buying the dip. But this positivity has resulted in them suffering a loss so far of $100 million. That's 1/3 of their entire investment. Now, that's a lot of money, period, but especially for countries that don't have a whole lot of money to begin with. Keep in mind, this is their current loss, and that's if Bitcoin doesn't continue to tank. If it does, it could be catastrophic for them. Now, what would make this bad situation bad for everyone is if they at some point give up and decide to just sell and cut their losses. While I don't necessarily think that will happen, we have to consider the possibility, and the negativity of such a thing would cause Bitcoin to tank to new lows, as some investors also take this as a sign to get out and sell. If you're smart, of course, this could provide some more great buying opportunities for those that are patient and willing to wait. And finally, number 5, no Bitcoin ETF. Now, when I say no Bitcoin ETF, what I'm saying is that there is no Bitcoin ETF coming anytime soon. I say this because this was one of the main catalysts that Bitcoin supporters have been waiting on that would promote an increase in adoption and value, as it would open up opportunities for more cash flow to enter the space via institutional investors that typically only deal with assets that are in the safer and strictly regulated stock market. Unfortunately, the SEC has basically said that if we want a Bitcoin ETF, they need to feel more comfortable about the asset and the security of it, so they would need to set up tight surveillance measures. Knowing that one of the main purposes of cryptocurrency and decentralization and the blockchain is to keep other hands out and retain a certain level of privacy and freedom, this would completely defeat the purpose. So it's unlikely that there would ever be an agreement made. For that reason, a Bitcoin ETF is looking extremely unlikely anytime soon, unless there's a significant change in leadership over at the SEC. And you know what? As a little bonus, I'll throw in a number 6 for you. and that's an incoming recession. Everyone's already panicking, believing that a recession is going to come soon. Elon Musk even made some comments and told his company to stop hiring because he thinks that things are going to get nasty and ugly. So you add that number 6 on top of all of the other 5, and you get a recipe for disaster. So a quick recap. 1. Investor disappointment due to missed price targets and continuously bearish price action. 2. Bearish movement even at key support levels where people normally should feel excited and want to buy. 3. Seemingly endless news of people being scammed out of their money, which could also deter big money from feeling safe investing. And in addition to this, we could see government regulation, which is also more bad news short term. 4. Despite positive catalysts, no positive news seems to be enough to move the price. The price remains low even to this day. And there's also potential fear regarding a recession. And then 5, there's no BTF coming anytime soon based off what the SEC has said. In the crypto space, Bitcoin truly is the most trusted project and the most widely respected one. And due to the way it's set up and its popularity, I don't doubt that in the long haul, Bitcoin will succeed. And I also expect prices to increase drastically as we get closer to 2024, which is when the next halving event will occur. But it's only 2022. There's 2 years until this event occurs, and that's a lot of time for the market to dump before the pump. Give this video a like if you appreciate the honesty, and click subscribe to catch more informative videos like this one.